Mm-hmm. So as it turns out, I couldn't wait. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on what time zone you're in, or what time you're watching this video for the third time today. I hope that you're as excited as I am to watch this. This is the next track in the series, and dang, has it been amazing so far. Could not wait. Obviously, I may have a problem, and the problem is too much Ren, which is one of the best problems to have. And very excited to hear kind of both artists like collaborate in maybe one of the most fantastical merges of creativity we've seen so far. Without further ado, I love you all. Let's jump right in, shall we? Let's freaking go. 313 now.
I was smiling, had my back to the wall, no vibes in. I got dinks in my arm, it ain't shining, but we still come through with them top bins.
Turn up the tape and the CD player. Man, no old school, man, are so out there. Machine gun mind, I say she don't care. Yeah, is it true for a day? Good times, bad times, vertigo. Sometimes high and sometimes low. I must blow for blow or fall down like diamond.
Bro. We got the fam again. Let's go. Come on. Come on.
Let me come in.
Was he even shot?
I heard sirens, we had our backs to the wall, no fighting. Bright left night on the streets of Brighton. Eye for an eye and the world lose sight time. Urukai Titan, moving with the shadows of the night time. Swinging in the gallows, point an arrow at horizon. Pull back, shooting at the moon, that's a nightcap. Live forever, turn up the tape and the CD player. Man, no old school, man, are so out there. Machine gun mind, I say she don't care. Yeah, is it true for a day? Good times, bad times, vertigo.
I love that.
Sometimes high and sometimes low. Eye for an eye, that's blow for blow. Or fall down like diamond.
Bro, what are these switch ups?
Yeah, feel that part. Man, I wanna skank a bit. Every day I wanna feel that trip. I got the loot in my pocket, no man, you know why. I get it, police on my back, and man, you know why. I got a feeling in my bones and in my head. I think I'll take a trip to California. Say I didn't want ya. Sunshine beaming, depression and torture. I couldn't care what you say.
I love that that's a shot for that. Oh, that's so good.
Bang, rock, pop, and a little indie. I'm not real at Wait, let's go from the top, man. Flip it like James Brown. You get me?
Can't lie, I wasn't smiling, had my back to the wall, no vibes in.
I got dinks in my arm, it ain't shining, but we still come through with them top bins. Yeah. Good times, bad times, vertigo. Sometimes high and sometimes low. Eye for an eye,
the brass is
blow or fall.
I love that we break when he says all fall. Damn. Oh my god. Oh, that is, yeah. Yes. Yes. Just all the yeses. Let me find a good place to stop while I just, that's a great place to stop. Okay. So this is another banger. I think Control Alt Delete is going to be at the top of my list for a while. But I really, really like the switch ups in this. We talked a little bit about it earlier, that Children of the Moon, almost like there was a nod to it. I almost feel like the brass here is a nod to it still. At the start, I almost could have sworn it was the same progression on I think it was a trumpet at the time. But I love the use of different sounds here because it's such a diverse sounding song. There's just so many different parts to it, and so like the slight slowdown, but it's not as much as we saw in like Control Delete. But it's almost like to build the tension of the song. You know what I mean? Especially like that part where everything breaks. We get that all fall, and then it's almost like London Bridge. We're all falling down. London Bridge, is that the one? Yeah. But it's that moment that falling almost feels a little tense, and it's because of the way that the music shifted in that moment, and that's such a smart use of the music. Damn. But the flows here, their flows are so just like they match the vibe of the song perfectly. They have a really strong sense of like what it should sound like, and Ren has always had that. But I'm starting to realize, I guess Soulboy is right there too. When they hear the track, it's almost like, and I actually kind of wonder now, do they think of the lyrics first or do they build the track first, right? And because it almost sounds like they have such a good sense of what the song is going to sound like, and the way that they kind of build the cadence out perfectly matches the vibe, and that's so sweet. Okay, wow, all right, this is so cool that and I think one is dropping tomorrow, or no, Thursday. So for me, 2 days from now, like a day and a half. Well, let's go back, shall we? I want to know what is going on with those. Oh, no. Hang on 1 second here. 1 second here. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Can't lie, I wasn't smiling. Had my back to the wall, no vibes in. I got dinks in my arm, it ain't shining. But we still come through with them top bins.
I love that, because it's like, yeah, like no matter what the situation, we're standing tall. We're gonna come out swinging no matter what has happened, whether our armor is shining or gleaming, or whether it's dinked up and it's got no shine at all. Doesn't matter. We're facing it with whatever we got, and I love that.
The tape and the CD player, man, the old school, man, are so out there. Machine gun man.
Oh, the way he said that almost sounds like outdated, but it like, I don't know what it is about the sound of that, but I like that we're saying that, yeah, like the tapes and the CD players, people would be like, oh man, that's so old school, right? But that's the best part, is that it's got so much, like every song they make is so soulful. It sounds like something that doesn't necessarily belong in this era of music, because it's that good. It feels out of place by how good it is, and they do a really good job of capturing that like old school retro slightly vibe. Like we talked about it on the first one, it sounded like old school Arctic Monkeys, and then we get to like the such a good job of knowing how to capture the best essence of music, whether it's from now or whether it's from back then. So good.
She got mad, I say she don't care. Yeah, is it true for a day? Good times, bad times, fatigue.
That I'm curious, because like is it truth or dare? I wonder, like, is that saying that the machine gun mind is like the things that are being rifled out at you, right? Like the shots that are being taken, it's like a machine gun because the shots are just firing so rapidly. And so is this a conversation with someone who is just doing a really good job at just firing out these points that hit you really hard, and you're so affected by it, you're like, this is coming out of nowhere, and that's maybe, and you're like, is this the truth, or is this just you daring me to step forward? You know what I mean? Or like to counteract it. Interesting. Let's keep listening.
Times, bad times, fatigue.
Oh, actually, I want to check something real quick. Was Ren in this shot?
The wall, no vibes in. I got dinks in my arm, it ain't shining. But we still come through with them.
He wasn't, right?
Turn
Okay.
up the tape and the CD player. Man, the old school, man, are so out there. Machine gun mad, I say she don't care. Yeah, is it true for a day? Good times, bad times for.
Oh, is it? I say she don't care. Like truth, and is that truth or dare? Like, is that the truth, or is that me just like now coming to terms with I have to separate from it? You know what I mean? Is that the dare to step away? Oh, interesting.
Sometimes high and sometimes low. Eye for an eye, that's blow for blow. Or fall down like diamond.
Bro, I love that so much, and I love that his voice pitch matches what he's singing, and it's like the vertigo is like you're literally dizzy, right? You're out of balance. That's what vertigo is. It's when It's when like the inner ear, like it essentially senses balance, and when it's off kilter, that means you're not able to kind of find that balance. And it's like that idea that like we're all kind of, if we're in this moment of like eye for eye, blow for blow, everything is off balance. It doesn't make any sense. And at the end of that, the whole world goes blind, right? Eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. And that's such a great way to conceptualize that, like the way that we fight amongst ourselves is so unnecessary and so irrelevant, and it's just, it doesn't feel right. It's literally out of balance and of what you expect. We can't seem to find a balance if that's what we're focused on. Damn. Can't see what it says. Oh, please try again. Okay. I love this trumpet section. Random Ninja, bro. Let me come in, let me come in. It's almost, I wonder if this is even now starting to feel like the music industry itself. Because he's like approaching into the table. He's getting a seat at the table, right? And he's literally bringing drinks in for everyone. That's so cool. But I love this. It's let me come in, let me come in. He's literally entering the frame. That's sick.
Come in, let me come in. Can't lie, I heard sirens. We had our backs to the wall, no fighting. Bright left night on the streets of Brighton. Eye for an eye and the world lose sight time.
Yeah. So something I like about that too is like he says his back was to the walls, right? And then the idea of that is like, one, it could be like that you heard the cops coming, and so as a result you kind of all backed off and like went up against the wall to be like, we weren't doing anything, right? But it also could be our backs were against the wall because we're struggling, right? And like the sirens, they make you almost they build that tension up of like, oh shoot, what's going to happen, right? And this almost even feels like a callback to like Victor's Tale. Damn. Okay. This is honestly, I love just how many layers he has. And I know I keep talking about it, guys, but this is like one of the things that makes Ren and like the Soul Boy just so phenomenal. Is there's so much to think about. Oh man, even that, like he's like, we were getting back to Children of the Moon. I can't stop talking about it because it feels so on brand for that song too, where it's like he's swinging in the gallows, which is now almost like calling back to chalk outlines, and it's like that sense of like you've already lost, and you're hanged, right? And you're literally hung out to dry, and yet you're always taking sight at this moon, which is just a reflection of the sun, right? Almost like saying that you're fed this idea, this image, but it's not even true happiness, right? It's a reflection of what could be, and he's trying to kind of aim for that, trying to break that image. That is so dope.
I'm not the tape and the CD player. Man, no old school, man, are so out there. Machine gun mind, I say she don't care. Yeah, is it true for they are?
I say she don't care. That was a very important word for that line, and it changes it completely. It's like you're saying it to her, which means that, is that the truth? Am I saying the truth, or am I just taking a step here because I'm daring her to kind of like end this, you know what I mean, or like daring her to say something back? And it almost feels intimidating, doesn't it? And it almost like you dared yourself to do it too at the same time. Okay.
Good times, bad times, vertigo. Sometimes high and sometimes low. Eye for an eye, that's
I love that too. Guys, I want to know if that took a while, because like it's low and high, right? It's, you're at either a low point, which like 3 is not only physically lower, but it's also as a score way lower than the center, which I think is like, is that, how many points is that? Is that 100? I don't know. I don't play enough darts. But that's bullseye, right? And that's the high that you can get when you feel like you landed it perfectly. Damn.
blow for blow or fall down like diamond.
Ooh.
Man, I wanna skank a bit. Every day I wanna feel that trip. I got the loot in my pocket, no man, and you know why. I get it, police on my back, and man, you know why.
Bro, I love that too, because it's like we just went from a part of the lyrics that have a depth to them, right? Like the chorus actually has a fair bit of depth in the sense that it's saying, as a society, if we're constantly against each other, we're never going to be able to move forward and reach balance and support each other, right? And then we get into this where it's like he wants to get high essentially, and it's like that's like swinging back and forth from high to low, like high in terms of like the level of thought, and then low in terms of like just wanting to fade out and kind of, instead of acting on the things that you just thought of, just leaning back and being like, I'd rather not even think about it anymore. And that's where we're getting to. And then that goes back to what we were talking about in the chorus, where it's like you swing back and forth, and it's you're out of balance. It's so good. It's so good.
In my pocket, no man, and you know why. I get it, police on my back, and man, you know why. I got a feeling in my bones and in my head. I think I'll take a trip to California. Say I didn't want ya. Sunshine beaming, depression and torture.
Bro, and to have the slots like that, where we're talking about like where it can feel like you're riding a high, and then all of a sudden like you just drop, right? Like you put all your bets on the table. And then sometimes it just comes crashing down around you. The frustration as a result. And it's like, I love that it goes talking about going to California with all the sunshine and all the happiness, and yet there's still depression and torture there. And it's like, even though we're living in what might be something that should be something we're happy with, we still feel that weight and that heaviness, and that still pervades this moment, even amidst where we're feeling that joy. That's crazy.
Care what you say though.
I'm gonna go back.
Beaming, depression and torture. I don't care what you say though. I'm so stone age, call me Fred Flintstone. Bang, rock, pop, and a little indie. I'm not real
I love that too. Oh my god, it's like I'm not real like Barbie and Cindy, which is like almost like, you know how when you think about what standards people try to achieve, like the Barbie standard, almost like for physical appearance, is what a lot of people think about for like the female standard of what looks best, which is obviously it's all marketing, and it's like there's no best, it's all subjective. But that in and of itself is like what we're saying here is like that's just it's not even real, and yet we're using like I'm not real almost to say that feels so real at this moment, because it's so well set up that it feels like that is the trajectory that everyone should aim for. I really like that. And then he said something here. I want to go back to double. Oh yeah. I love this too. I'm so Stone Age. Call me Fred Flintstone. Which, like, man, I miss that show. And like those little vitamins you could get to. I don't know if you guys have ever had those. Those are fantastic. The orange one is obviously the best. Grape was the second. But I love that. I'm so Stone Age. Call me Fred Flintstone. But Fred Flintstone was actually like a decent guy, right? Like he was like kind of a good. He was a little stupid sometimes, but he's kind of a decent person. And it's like, that's what it's all about. It's like, just be a decent person. And I love that that's the Stone Age reference that we get, because it was such a popular show. And Stone Age, almost like the idea of like back then in the simpler times, right? Away from all the chaos and all the just like the negatives. And then that almost leads us back to what we started with, which is like where you just want to let your mind drift to a place where it doesn't have to think about the now. And even as I'm saying that, Stone Age could even mean like Stone Age of a lifetime, which is like when you're the youngest, right? Like the earliest ages. And that's a simpler time. It's just so many layers. Holy smokes.
Age, call me Fred Flintstone. Bang, rock, pop, and a little indie. I'm not real.
Oh, and then bang, rock, pop, and a little indie. I love that the rock is like the first thing after saying the Stone Age.
Wait, let's go from the top, man. Flip it like James Brown. You get me?
Can't lie, I wasn't smiling. Had my back to the wall, no vibes in.
I got dinks in my armor, it ain't shining, but we still come through with them top bins. Yeah.
And listen to this, like this tonal shift that we've taken now. As we've heard this chorus before, it's been a lot more hypey, not necessarily like super amped, but it's got a lot more energy to it. And now it's almost like the energy came way down, where we're settling back into that thought of like, yeah, can't lie, I'm not, this is not it. And just listen to the way he says it, right? It's so good.
Can't lie, I wasn't smiling. Had my back to the wall, no vibes in.
I got dinks in my arm, it ain't shining, but we still come through with them top bins. Yeah.
Good times, bad times, vertigo. Sometimes high and sometimes low. Eye for an eye, that's blow for blow. All fall, all fall.
And then the break on the all fall down. Come on. Now, I'm actually like the brass in this song is so good, and it carries such a level of like energy with it. I really like that they kind of juxtaposed it to this moment where we get like, I'm not smiling, and yet we're back to this idea where like we are. I also like, I almost wonder if this is like two sides of the same coin happening here. You know what I mean? Like they're both kind of not necessarily the same person, maybe, but like they're kind of juxtaposing each other, right? And like I love this break is actually maybe one of my favorite shots I've seen so far of the whole like the series, because like this is so meaningful, right? This is like think about the levels here. One is like we all fall down, and look at, he's the one taking the shot, right? He's the one breaking the pool table. And that's so symbolic, because it's like, unless you snap out of all of the like the negatives and just all of the stuff, like unless you are able to break away from, let's say, like traditional thoughts or in that sense, like just what you're fed, you're always going to be a part of the system, and inevitably you end up breaking those around you, which is like such a deep layer to it. And I really like that it's like we all fall down.
Blow for blow, all fall, all fall.
Oh yeah, and then Dominoes is a call out to Dominoes from Ren. Man, it's there's just so many connections within the actual songs themselves. And it's so powerful, because like it literally creates this like storyline that's weaved throughout many different songs, and like the more that you kind of visit the different songs, the more that it pays off, and the more that it feels meaningful. Damn, I think what stole the show on this one for me is actually the instrumentation. I really, really like the way that the brass was used here. And I really like the way that the vocals, like the tone of the vocals, don't always match the music. Just all around, what a great song. And it's not my favorite one so far. Control Delete is going to be hard to beat, but this is yet another brilliant song and two brilliant artists collaborating. And I'm kind of really excited because now I have so much more to dive into. Like the Skinner brothers, I get to check them out. And this is the magic of what these two are doing, is like the collaboration. Instead of challenging each other and competing, we're collaborating, and a rising tide raises all ships. So both will support each other. The communities get to meet. We all get to kind of experience this moment together. And that's so damn cool, which speaks to what this whole thing is kind of trying to say in the underlying tones of like, divided we fall, together we thrive, which is so cool. I love it. What's not to love? I hope that you loved it, because I did. I hope that your week is better than your day, your year. Oh my God. Your week is better than your day, your month is better than your week, and your year is better than your month. Love you all. This will be my last one for tonight, I promise. I swear to God. Because we're done. We caught up, which is so cool. Love you all, and I will see you in the next one.